Well, some people were asking about my stuffing mix, so very important. Coarse breadcrumbs, not the fine ones. These are the coarse ones. I get them in Super Value there, but what I mean by coarse is that they have this texture to them. If you see what I mean, this coarse breadcrumbs anyway. Now, I've got some mixed herbs here. I actually use ones from Great Northern Larder. They're quite good, but any mixed herbs will do fine. I have some fresh herbs there from the garden. There's some rosemary and thyme and parsley. Now, you might think it's a lot, but it's not really. Just 300 grams of butter there. I have a coarsely diced onion, and then some seasoning, salt and pepper and the likes of. So, anyway, first things first. Good big pot and a bit of butter in. Maybe a third of the butter or thereabouts. Melt that down. And basically what I want to do is saute the onion in that. So now, just soften down the onion is what I want to do in the butter. Probably takes 5 or 6 minutes there, maybe a little bit longer, but I want to get the onions nice and soft to take the crunch out until they start going. They look a little bit translucent when they're done. So we'll come back to that there in a few minutes. Well, the onions now, you can see they've kind of gotten that golden kind of colour, translucent is what I call it. And I've kept it on fairly low heat there. So now at this stage here, I want to add, I'll add the herbs, about a good teaspoon of mixed herbs. You can always add some afterwards, and add the rest of the butter at this stage. Yeah. This is the bit here. This is very much by feel, so it's a matter of adding as much breadcrumbs as the liquid will take. So I'm going to add about, this is a 500 gram bag, so I'm going to add about maybe 3/4 on for a second. And what I want to do is incorporate all the butter through the breadcrumbs. I just want to wet them really. So I'm not doing any more cooking really at this stage. I can actually turn off the heat if I want to. I'll leave it on low, I just want to melt the butter, that's all. But so now that will take the rest of that breadcrumbs, I would say. You certainly don't want any dry. You want it to get to incorporate the butter as much as possible. Now it will also, you can use more if you want afterwards. You can add more breadcrumbs to it if you feel it needs it, but that's generally about my ratio or thereabouts. So it's 500 grams of breadcrumbs and 300 grams of butter. Now that looks pretty good to me there. Now what I always do is get a little taste, and it'll tell me if I need more herbs in it, which I normally do add a bit more at this stage, but I'll get a little taste of it first. Yeah. Oh, that's really good. Okay. That needs a little bit more salt and pepper. And needs a little bit more bread, or a little bit more, I should say, mixed herbs as well. So I'll give it a little bit more. Say maybe a good teaspoonful there. And again, give it a few minutes, give it a taste, and you decide if that's right for you. So into a tray, covered in foil, cook it for 20 minutes on the day. But right now I'll let that go cold, and when it goes cold it actually goes quite reasonably solid because the butter resets again. But I'll turn off the heat there.